Hello, everyone. It is Thursday afternoon, and that means it's time for Facebook Live. We're going to be playing with a newish stamp set. I think it came out in the March exclusive. So yeah, it's new. It's hard for me to keep up because I see things that come out before they're live for everyone. And so sometimes it's hard for me to keep up with when things came out. All right, while you all are getting on, I'm going to share this over to my page in case anybody's looking for it there. So give me just a minute to do that and then we'll get started. If you are new to my Facebook Live, I do this almost every Thursday unless somebody backs into me like happened last week. And I will put on my blog after this the dimensions for this card. So if you're wanting to create one like it, you have the dimensions you need. Hang on. I can't talk and drive my computer at the same time. Here we go. And I give away the card we make today. I'll give away next Thursday. So I will tell you at the end, we made this card last week. Well, we made 4 cards last week, and this was a card that I was going to give away. So I will tell you at the end who won that. All right, we're almost there. All right, let me get back to where I was. And we will get started. Okay. So this is, and I did not grab here, I think they're right here. The embellishments. So this was a new online exclusive in March. And my printer was running out of paper, so it's probably not the best of color, but this is everything that's included in that suite. And I showed you a card earlier this week that we made with this suite. I think I showed it to you this week. Anyway, it was a card that had some of that specialty foil paper on it too. It's over there on my board, so I won't go grab it. But this is the stamp set and the dies that come with it. So Paradise Garden. And then there is a hybrid embossing folder. So this will emboss the leaves, and I didn't use that on this card at all. But if you put it with the die cut, then it will cut some of the leaves, cut around some of the leaves, and you can kind of pull them up. So it will just cut around select of these leaves. So it doesn't cut them completely out. It's just something you can kind of lift them up. It's got some great sentiments, beautiful florals. So let's get started. So this is the card I had posted on Facebook, and I sent this out as a thank you card for everybody that came to my card class in March, first week of March. But I didn't want to do the same thing because if somebody wins it that was in my card class, then they'd get 2 of the same. So I decided to do a different color. So I did it in the blues, and these are both using the paper. Let me grab the paper real quick. This is the Garden Poetry Designer Series paper, and it's beautiful, rich colors. So one side is kind of the leaf or the floral, and the other is more just a geometrical, or just a, every day you can use it with anything. But it's gorgeous, gorgeous paper. Really rich colors. And then these are and I didn't use them on this card, although I could have. Maybe we'll use it on the one we make today. I'm grabbing the ribbon real quick. This one. Yeah. So these are the embellishments. They're garden epoxy dots. So yeah, we'll use these blue ones today instead of what I used. And then this is the paper, ribbon, Berry Burst. It's beautiful. What is it just called? Shiny ribbon, Berry Burst shiny ribbon. But I didn't use that on these. All right, so let's get busy. We're going to create this blue one today. I'm going to set that one out of the way. So we're going to do a little bit of die cutting. Some I've already done, but some we have to do live. So we're going to stamp our flowers. The first one is going to be Blueberry Bushel. And I am, since these are very solid images, going to put my Stampin' Pierce mat underneath. That just gives it some extra cushion and makes your stamp, when it's a really solid stamp like this, photopolymer, it just makes it stamp better. So we have Blueberry Bushel. All right, now you don't have to clean it because you're going to a darker one, but I like to. I just like to clean it in between. So I'm gonna clean my flowers. You can tell that my chamois is well loved. And now we're going to stamp them in Night of Navy. So those are two of the colors that are in this designer series paper. And for whatever reason, my Night of Navy is a little bit firmer of an ink pad. Looks like there's a line right there, like there's a hair. All right, we have to fix that. That is not acceptable. There's like a fuzzy or something right there. Can you see that line? Well, let me clean it again. All right, I don't see it there now, so let's see if this works better now. All right, we'll try again. So this is Night of Navy. We don't want it too close because we are going to die cut around them. Hey, Marion, you got to be on time. That's good. All right, that's our Night of Navy. Oh, we do need our Blueberry Bushel again. Let me get these flowers out of the way. We're going to stamp our Sentiment in Blueberry Bushel. So I'll try and do this straight. Oh, I think I just stuck my finger in that ink pad. Yep. There we go. And then, before we do our die cutting, let's stamp our leaves. So I have a Everyday Arches. I'm so glad these are still around. I love them. And we're going to stamp some leaves in the background with Shaded Spruce. And I'm going to grab that scratch paper I had. Also well loved. And this is the leaves that are in this same stamp set. So I'm going to stamp once I get it inked up well. Down here. Now I don't want to, I'm going to do some stamped off, but I don't want to do it because then you'll end up with that part that's darker. So just ink it up again. And then one more full strength. There. So we're just filling the background with leaves. All right, that is all of our stamping. That out of the way before I make a mess. We can get rid of all of this. All right, now let's do some die cutting. Now I am going to take this and cut it apart before I die cut it, because I'm going to use my mini die cut machine. And it doesn't move as much if I take that paper away. All right, we do need the die. That might help. All right, so this is the one that cuts our flowers out. So we'll lay it on here. Line it up, and then where's all my Post-it note tape? It all went away. Yep. I knew as soon as I tried to pick my thumb up that it would do that. All right, let's line it up again. Usually I have some sticking over here, but it's all fallen off, or I've used it and it's gotten torn up. All right, so just put a little bit of Post-it note tape there. That just holds that in place so you don't have to worry about it slipping. And then run it through. All right, and I always turn my plates every time. So now we have one set. Let's get the other one. And I think I said, but all these colors I took straight from the Designer Series paper. So if you don't know what colors to use, get some Designer Series paper out and just go with those. Okay. Now I can set this aside. Woo, I about knocked all my stuff off. All right, now we have all our pieces. I'm gonna put my die away so I don't lose it. Let's finish making our card. So we have our flowers, our sentiment, our arch. This is our Designer Series paper, so this one has more of the green in it. So it's got the shaded spruce and the blueberry bushel, and then that deep, you could say, was the Night of Navy. And then just a thick white card base. If you're going to use white for a card base, you want to use the thick. The regular white is just not sturdy enough for a card base. So let's put our DSP on. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I'm going to have a little surprise at the end. I have some of the cards I made with brand new products when I was at Onstage, I guess a couple weeks ago now. So we'll put our arch on with our leaves. And then these guys we're going to put on with dimensionals. And I can see I didn't get there's a center white right there that needs to be poked out. All right, so put these ones about there. Then our blueberry bushel ones. We'll go down here. And then our sentiment, I'm just going to put one on each end so it can straddle the bottom of our flowers. Like that. All right. Set this stuff aside and let's use our, where did I put them? Here they are. We'll use the ones that actually go with this set. Instead of what I had used were these opal rounds, and they had these nice blue ones. But since these go with it, we might as well use them. I couldn't really use them in class because there's just not enough of one color to use in a class. But we'll use these nice blue ones. Whoops, wrong end. Now these are all the same size, but that's okay. And one up there. There. So those match that bright blueberry bushel. All right. There we go. Welcome to World. I have, what does it say I have? More on me. Oh, the ink, yeah. So there are the two versions of it. This one, it was, the DSP was light enough I could stamp right on it. This one, I might have been able to, but I was afraid it would get lost, so I decided to use a different sentiment and stamp it on white. So I will give this card away to somebody next week. But from last week, this card is Marion, and she's watching. So I'm going to see her Tuesday. I'll give it to her then. All right, let me do just a quick sneak peek. This is something that is coming in the new catalog, which I didn't grab to bring over here. It's over there somewhere. That's coming out in May. So we were able to pay for a bundle and do after hours stamping. And so this was the bundle that we got to use. Now there's also, there's a whole suite. There's some gorgeous DSP, which you'll see on the cards, and some embellishments. And we got the embellishments. I didn't bring them over, but you'll see them on the card also, cards. So we made 4 cards with this. This was on, I think, Friday night while we were there. And so they had just a whole kit for us with all of the pieces. Like all of these were already die cut. So that was card number 1. Card number 2. And these are some of the DSP that's included in it. Card number 3. And there's DSP back here. It's got a little bit of tone on tone. And we had to stamp these already die cut, so they're not perfect. And then this one had a lot of die cuts we had to put on there. And we did some inking on them too. So that's a new suite that will be coming in May. But I just wanted to give you a sneak peek. I hadn't really shown you anything from On Stage, so I thought I'd share that with you anyway. All right. I think that is it for today. I'll be back next Thursday with something new to share. I will see you then. Bye.